Now, this isn't like hanging an effigy or something, is it?
No, but
just to clarify that part.
No,
so that,
see, yeah, it's not around his neck. What it is we put him on a pole because that's what I think he belongs. He belongs in the light where everybody can see him. So when I flag it around, people can see it, and it goes with the flags, and people will look at it, and at least they'll start to identify the name. One of the problems that we're having is people don't know who this guy is. He's sitting on a Court of Appeal that most people don't understand a Court of Appeal. All right? This is the 9th Circuit Court of Appeal that handles most of the West Coast. California, Arizona, Washington, Oregon, probably a few other states. It's the court right under the Supreme Court. So when you have an action, and he's going to sit on these things and make decisions on it, when a federal judge decides the case and they appeal it, this is where it comes. And he's already made a decision concerning intent. There was a defendant that said he didn't have the intent to commit the crime or whatever the crime was. And this judge, ByBee, and I mispronounced his name, I had this block. I can say By and I can say B, but I can't put them together. It's a mental block. There's something wrong with this guy, really. There's something wrong with this guy.
You know, about 5 years ago.
So anyway, the tier basically is referring to
that allowed them to access all
the United States Code. I don't talk about the Geneva Convention because a lot of people don't know what that is. I don't talk about the international agreements that we have that are covered by our Constitution because a lot of people don't understand that either. But the United States Code, our laws, they understand that. Just like when you get a traffic ticket or you get a ticket for protesting or something, there is a law that you violated or you allegedly violated. It's called the United States Code, and 18, United States Code 18, 2340 and 2341 covers what this guy did. And if you read 2341, it talks about whoever writes justifications for illegal acts or is guilty as the torturers. So, if there are 25 people that have been murdered, or hundreds, and he wrote the justification, he is as guilty as the person actually committed the murder. He is a murderer.
Was he always on the 9th Circuit Court, or he was appointed there just sort of?
I think it was like 2004, 2005. He's
appointed by Bush.
Appointed by Bush as, we suspect, a thank you for all the support that you've given us so we can torture. And before all this started, he went to then U.S. Attorney General Gonzalez. Remember Gonzalez? Gonzo. Anyway, the judge went to him and he said he wanted to sit on the 9th Circuit Court of Appeals. Gonzalez appointed him in the State Department to write these memos. He wrote the memos. He's now sitting on the 9th Circuit Court of Appeals. Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Thanks for filling me in, Joe. You answered some questions, give us a little information.
Yeah, it's very hard for people to understand. It's much easier to protest Bush or Cheney. But this guy is more important because he's going to sit on these decisions.
I'm going to sit over here and hear what Malcolm's got to say.
You pass a law and then say, well, I don't have to obey this if I decide not to.
In that case, why wasn't Davis get arrested? Because he should have never declared war against his own country. He didn't. It's in the Constitution. He didn't.
South Carolina part of the first job.
Yeah, they actually kicked it off. But the fact is that there are actually a lot of American presidents who have done things which could be questioned. This is no different. Exactly. And I see nothing wrong with somebody going ahead and questioning his actions and bringing them into public debate.
Accountability.
Anybody who is in government is under the spotlight and should be.
Right, but if we go whenever someone gets done with their term and we say,
oh no,
go
there's
arrest
no
them,
statute of limitations on
nobody's
war
going to want to
crimes
be president
resulting
of the
in
United
death.
States after that, and we're going to have no true CEO of democracy.
Well, I don't think that that's true. For one thing, there's any number of psychotics who want power on any given day. You'll find plenty of candidates. The point I'm getting at is that what we need a citizenry that holds the president accountable to do the right things, because it's supposed to be done that way. Not just because he's afraid of us, but because it's the law and that's the way it's supposed to be done. That's what we need to elect.
Isn't that what the Congress and the Senate's about?
Well, they've also started to, I mean, they haven't done very good at,
we should arrest
doing their job.
Everybody then, or just one person?
Anybody involved in torture in any way, shape, or form needs to be arrested and prosecuted. If they get a light sentence because they were only a stooge, then that's fine. They get a light sentence because they were only a stooge. They're still guilty of complicity in the act. Just like bank robbers, when you park outside the bank, you're waiting behind the wheel, you get the same sentence as the guys inside, plus a little off because you didn't carry a gun. Same thing. Do the crime, do the time.
Weren't these laws pretty plain as day already? I mean, to begin with?
They were plain as day. As a matter of fact, the one that Ronald Reagan, in the Torture Act that he signed, it's very, very plain that you can't justify torture under color of war or anything else. That is in plain English in that law. So, I mean, we have it. The laws against torture specifically, which we're dealing with most heavily today, are codified in international law and in the national law of almost every nation on the planet.
And in Title 18, Part 1, Chapter 113C, torture. There's the violations and there's the punishment.
Can I keep this?
Yeah.
Can I get a look at that? Just
Oh, did you bring any of the war crimes forms?
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. We'll live.
Hey, we're going to head out of here, man. But as a veteran, appreciate your service, brother.
Thank you. You too, man.
We gotta rise up, rise up, rise up. They say it's to protect you while they try to dispossess you of the right to decide between wrong or right, to openly discuss what politicians hide. They want to keep their secret plans from the public eye. We gotta keep our fires burning, keep our spirits bright. We gotta rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, people, against the war. Rise up, people, against the war. Rise up, people, against the war. Rise up, people. Money got no children, and bombs ain't for building, and killing ain't no way to make a peaceful day, as all of God's children can easily explain. We gotta keep our fires burning, keep our spirits bright, stand up and speak for what we know is right. We gotta rise up, rise up, rise up. Rise up, people, against the war. Rise up, people, against the war. Rise up, people, against the war. Rise up, people. I see days ahead. Kiss my children into bed. All across the planet I see that everything is fine. Yeah! Rise up, people, against the war. Rise up, people, against the war. Rise up, people, against the war. Rise up, people. We got the power and the will, and we'll do it for our children. For the warmongers and the corporate whores in the history books with the dinosaurs. I claim my power, I claim my rights, and no dirty tricks are gonna change my mind. I'm gonna rise up, rise up, rise up.